I'm whipping up some breakfast. I'm grabbing all the Kodiak cake mixes that I have. And I've been looking for my basting brush for a really long time. Oh, what are we doing today? Whipping up breakfast. I was gonna change for you. I thought about it. This is what I wore to bed, so it's probably what I'll wear to bed tonight too. I'm just saying. I say breakfast, but let's call it brunch. These, I thought I could just take them out of the freezer, throw them in the oven. No, you have to let them rise for like 4 hours. I've been awake for 4 hours. Okay, it's been a while. Sorry, 1 minute into the video, so many distractions already. What am I making with this? Chicken minis, you know, like those little things that you get from Chick-fil-A. I found the recipe, it's not really a recipe. So I have these like frozen rolls that take forever to thaw out. I have this chicken, it's like an easy brunch recipe, right? I have this like chicken nuggets, I'm gonna throw them in my air fryer. And I'm supposed to brush the tops of these with butter. Well, guess who can't find their basting brush? I guess I'll just use my fingers. Oh yeah, that works just as well. And then I'm gonna throw these into the oven. A few other breakfasts I'm going to make today are breakfast enchiladas, my personal favorite. Protein chocolate muffins, which, okay, I bought muffins from Trader Joe's, like, I don't know, last time I went there. It's been probably a month now. And the kids love them, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. They're gluten-free, but I'm gonna say that there's like 0 nutrition in there. So I'm gonna try to make a healthier version. I mean, who doesn't love a good chocolate muffin in the morning? I forgot what else I'm making. Talking about 0 nutrition as I rub butter onto a dinner roll. Well, here we go. It's all about balance. Oh, breakfast sandwiches. I got the Frank's Killer muffins, so I'm gonna throw together breakfast sandwiches. That's what I like to eat in the morning, but I don't like to sit there and make them every morning, so I'm gonna try to prep some of those. Also, oh my gosh, protein French toast. I've been waiting to make that, so can't wait to make that. Blueberry protein packages, supposed to say pancakes. I don't know if I'll get to that. And then little like pancake muffins. I don't, you know what? We're just gonna do the best that we can do. I'm gonna get as many meals prepped as possible. I have this massive griddle. I don't know why I'm pulling it out. I know I need it. Here's the thing, I think in my mind I'm doing too much at once. So let me, what's first? Actually second, because we just did that. Kind of. I also have laundry and stuff to do today, so I don't know if it'll be like just breakfast. We'll see how fast I can get through this. I am a whole mess and a half over here. I feel like all of my containers are empty, so I have to refill them. Applesauce is pretty much the only reason I picked this recipe. Of course, it's an Elise Ellis recipe. It's on her Instagram. I'm gonna deviate a little bit, nothing new. All right, just washed a bowl and wasted my time. I'm gonna start off with the chocolate muffins. And these are chocolate protein muffins, so it calls for some chocolate protein powder. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Tone it up. Half a cup of this. 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder, which I feel like is pretty close to a 1/3 cup. So I'm just gonna put in a 1/3 cup. It also calls for 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. I don't have that, so I'm gonna do normal flour, 1/2 cup. And for whatever reason, I thought it also called for this chocolate power cake protein mix. Apparently it doesn't, but I'm gonna throw that in anyway, 1 cup of that. 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I'm just gonna give this a mix. Crack in 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk. I have oat milk. Oh boy, 1.5 cups of applesauce, and this was an oversight. I don't have this much. I have 1/2 cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna substitute oil for the rest of it because that's really what applesauce is trying to replace anyway, to try to make it healthier. Hey, I have this leftover butter from the muffins, so I'm gonna throw that in too. This recipe just went from healthy to delicious. A little splash of vanilla extract for flavor, and I'm gonna whip this up. It's supposed to make 24 muffins, and I cannot find my nonstick spray to save my life, so I am just going to put these liners in here. Grab a cookie scoop and fill these 2/3 of the way. I just, I don't know. I don't know what size this is actually. It's like the muffin size. All right, I always have a little shy. Now what I'm gonna do is just take some mini chocolate chips and sprinkle a few on top of each one. I mean, who doesn't want chocolate in the morning, right? Oh gosh, chocolate chips everywhere. Who doesn't want chocolate in the morning? You know what I mean? That's when I wake up, I'm like, brownies? Anyone? So I think this is gonna be perfect also for the kids, and they've got a little bit of protein in there, a little healthier with that Kodiak cake mix with the whole wheat flour. All right, they look good. I'm gonna throw these into the oven, 400 degrees for, oh gosh, I already forgot, 20 minutes? Meanwhile, these are done, my little beauties. These look great. I just wish they were like half the size. You know, like chicken minis, but we can put 2 pieces of chicken in each one. Fill them up. I'm just trying to tidy up a little bit, and I realized I didn't dare salmonella. Lucky for me, a little batter was left on the counter here, so salmonella, I'll freaking dare you. Muffin mix. Okay, the batter's good. The batter, all that protein, I didn't know. I have my chicken right here, honey for the topping. We're moving on to the chicken minis, or back to it. I have a tray, and I'm just gonna take some bread. Man, these are hot. Woo! They're real hot. Oh my gosh, I could just eat this. Oh, are you kidding me? These are like the Rhodes. I don't even think they're the Rhodes. Parkins or something? Parsons, something like that. Whoa, look at this chicken. I'm gonna throw a couple pieces of chicken. Oh my gosh, the kids are gonna love these. Do you see this? Look how adorable that is. And then I guess you just, if you want to, like take some honey over top, and that's, I guess, what Chick-fil-A does. I don't know, that's a lot of honey. Well, I guess, you know, I have to taste test it. One for the chef. Also, I'm hungry. Delicious. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just saved $40, I'm telling you. These are amazing. Chick-fil-A who? Really, I'm just saying. I'm gonna throw the rest of these together. The kids are outside. I don't know if I'm gonna call them in or if I'm gonna eat them all myself. I'm also not sure if I told you, we have 4 extra children running around, so I thought today would be the perfect day to like prep some breakfast, you know, since we have to feed extra mouths and stuff. By the way, this bread knife is amazing. It is Cutco, so it's like real crazy expensive. It was a gift. I still love my Meeson knives. Oh, they're in the dishwasher. But I don't have a bread knife with Meeson, so I use this Cutco one, and oh my gosh, it's like butter every single time. It's redonkulous. I'm also sure, oh my gosh, I have to be careful. I'm gonna like slice my palm open. I'm sure once you assemble all of these, you can throw them in the freezer and then just eat through them during the week. Save yourself a trip to Chick-fil-A. I don't know, I never go to Chick-fil-A. I shouldn't say never, rarely. You know, a trip to Chick-fil-A with a family of 7, it'll set you back a lot. It gets real pricey. And then once you start feeding, you know, extra kids, you're like, $100 for fast food? I'm sorry. Is this Burn Steakhouse? I have a feeling these are gonna get gobbled the heck up. Woo! Out of everything I made this morning, and quite possibly all of the breakfasts I've ever made my entire life as a mom, these were hands down the most beloved from all of the children. And they're so simple to throw together. It's like 1% effort, 0% skill, 100% satisfaction from the kids. So I would recommend making these, and way cheaper than going to Chick-fil-A. I'm just saying. All right, I'm moving on to the protein French toast. I'm gonna crack a couple of eggs, throw a little bit of milk in here. I'm also going to add some egg whites, some cinnamon for flavor. This is why I love French toast. Vanilla, also for, woo, that was a lot. Flavor and fragrance. Okay, and some protein powder. Ah, of course that happens. Mix all of that together, and I'm using the, Dave's Killer Bread. You can use whatever you want, but this is like the white bread. You can use the seedy bread. I like that, but the kids, I thought this would be more kid-friendly. The best part about French toast for me is the butter. I always butter the griddle. You can use nonstick spray or whatever, but I don't know, that's just what I do. And take each slice of bread, dip it both ways, plop it on here. I love this griddle. I got it for Christmas. It's fantastic. It's huge. It's also pricey. That's why I got it for Christmas. But it fits so much and saves me so much time. I've been waiting to make this breakfast for weeks. It has been in my mind, and I'm so glad I finally did because it was delicious and nutritious. I could say it is totally nutritious. I just grabbed these out of the oven and I don't know, I feel like they're a little burnt. I checked on them a few minutes ago. I should have taken them out. Ugh, it's hot. It leads me to believe I should have double checked the recipe because I think maybe 15 minutes are good. As long as they're not gooey inside, I don't know. They look good nonetheless, so once they cool down a little bit, I'll bite into one of them and let you know how they are, but I think they're gonna be good. They were about 50% as good as the ones from Trader Joe's, but thankfully, these had 50% more nutrition in them, so I think that evens it out, right? I would make these again, but I would definitely keep an eye on them to make sure that I don't burn them. That was my fault. Well, while I was burning the muffins, also burned these a little bit, but that's okay. I like a nice crispy French toast. This could be a good make ahead too. So you can throw them in a Ziploc bag into the freezer, and then when you're ready to eat, just take one and then throw it in the toaster or the microwave. I know some people make French toast sticks and cut them, and I don't know, I feel like this is easier to maintain. French toast sticks are by far one of my favorite things to get from the grocery store, but I have bought them one time my entire adulthood. I don't know. I love to eat it with powdered sugar, and really that's not a lot of powdered sugar, okay? It looked like a lot, wasn't. Delicious. It's better than like 500 scoops of syrup and butter. Last bit of breakfast meals to make here. I'm going to throw together breakfast enchiladas. I made these last year for, I think, Mother's Day brunch. I made a whole bunch. Oh my gosh, man, this smells so good. Fresh vegetables. I mean, there's nothing better. This is so good. It's fine. I washed my floors like 2 days ago. Anyway, I made this in a like what's for brunch or some kind of Mother's Day brunch video, and it quickly became one of my favorite recipes. I made it a bunch of times since. I made it for freezer meals. I brought it to Christmas brunch because it was in my freezer, and you know, I had a newborn and 700 other Christmas activities to go through, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna bring? I'm gonna cut up 2 red bell peppers. One for me, one for the dish. But anyway, it saved me. And then postpartum, I got to eat them. Man, they're just, it's so delicious. Even if you don't want to make the enchilada part of it, you can make burritos out of it. And right now I'm gonna double the recipe, put one in the freezer, eat one for the next couple of days. And it really just takes a few ingredients and a little bit of time to throw it together. So I am just going to dice up 1 red bell pepper and 1 green bell pepper. And I might grab an onion too. It does call for a green onion, but I'm probably going to top it with that. Feels like the 4th of July. I made the executive decision to also cut up an onion. Oh my gosh, this smells so good too. Do you dare me to take a bite out of this? Do you ever know people like that? Who they're like, do you dare me to? And you're like, no, you idiot, don't do it. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna dice up the onion. All right, let's bring this party to the stove. I accidentally threw oil in there, but I forgot I'm going to cook up a pound of sausage. And I just cook everything up together. The onion, the sausage, the bell peppers, just throw it all in. And I'm going to throw in some diced hash browns. I normally get the hash browns with the already, like, the peppers and onions with it. 2 cups in this. I just don't think that's going to be enough, so I'm gonna do 3 cups because it's my recipe and who the heck cares? Was that a bad idea to add it all together? Probably. I thought about that one, but that's what we did. So I'm just gonna cook everything together. I'm gonna season it too with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And you know what? For some more flavor, I'm going to sprinkle on some garlic powder. While that's cooking, I'm gonna deal with the eggs. That has a little bit of applesauce in it, but we'll get over it. So 10 eggs is what we're trying to get to. Right there is 4, 6 and some extra. I'm just using the leftover from what I made the French toast with. And then I'm gonna add the rest with the yolks. 9. And you know what? I'll probably add a couple more because why not? I feel like we made a ton of like sausage and veggie mix. So really, why do I even follow recipes? You know, just use them as a guideline. I'm gonna season these too, just with some salt and pepper. We're getting real fancy up in here. And then give this a nice whisk. You know what I like to do? Add some half and half or heavy cream. That just really, I feel like, fluffs up the eggs, makes them nice and desirable. I have a splash of oil in the pan and I'm going to cook all the eggs. I'm going to scramble them up. And while the eggs are cooking, I'm going to throw together the enchilada sauce, the topping. I have 2 cups, because I'm doubling this, of salsa verde. Oh, you guys, you might be thinking, oh, this is kind of weird. Well, hold on to your seats. Because it gets weirder, we're going to add 1 cup of half and half to this. Just don't even think about it, just do it. I'm telling you, it is so delicious. But wait, it gets weirder. I'm going to add a little dash of cumin and some Italian seasoning. It calls for some kind of herb, I don't know, but you guys know I always like to do Italian seasoning, and that's good enough. Give this a mix, and then once I assemble all of the burritos, I'm going to throw this on top of it. Check this out, I'm telling you guys, fluffy, perfect restaurant quality eggs. That's the secret right there. Another secret is don't overcook them. Like as soon as they start to come together, take them off the heat. And then the residual heat, they'll finish cooking. So I've got everything I need. These carb balanced tortillas, these are a great option if you're watching carbs and calories and stuff. Otherwise, any tortilla, who cares? Some cheese, the egg mixture. And you know, I gotta tell you something about the breakfast burritos. There's a reason why they are one of my favorite breakfasts. They're just, oh my gosh, just hand, face palm right now. They're so delicious. They're easy to throw together when you think about it. These are ingredients you probably have around, maybe. I don't know. Listen, just try to make it. I don't think you'll regret it. A good breakfast burrito, who doesn't love it? And then put some salsa on top. It's like, am I at a restaurant, you know? So good. We actually have a guest over right now. Served it for breakfast this morning, and it was a hit. Everyone who eats this loves it. I should have made 4. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, should I make more? Or like, should I take the one out of my freezer already for tomorrow? This is so delicious, and it's filling. It'll fill you up. It's better than like getting a donut and you feel like crap afterwards. Listen, I love a good donut. Sour cream, old-fashioned donut. Yes, please. I will actually eat 2 because 1 is never enough. Breakfast burritos or enchiladas definitely keep me full for longer, obviously. Yeah, how about this? Breakfast enchiladas with a side of a donut. And that is my perfect breakfast, okay? I forgot to put cheese on the first batch, but honestly, that's the one I've been eating, and I can't even tell a difference. I also changed my microphone settings from what I had it at before. Hopefully you can tell a difference. I don't know. Oh, and then I throw the salsa topping all over top, smear that stuff around, and I just took half and, you know, divvied it up as I should, and then topped it with cheese into the oven or the freezer. I'm gonna cook this in the oven, 350, actually I don't know, hold on, let me check. 375 for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna wrap this one up and put it in the freezer. I've made it to the laundry bin. I was gonna clean the kitchen, but the washing machine is almost done. I threw some stuff in a little bit ago. I put it on sanitizer mode, so that takes it a lot longer to clean. And I've been using this, the Clorox laundry sanitizing stuff. I was using, close the door behind you. It's chaos here. It's a zoo. We have too many kids here. There's too many kids. Like, I can't keep track of all of them. Just kidding, they're fine. What was I saying? Oh, I was using the one in the white bottle, and then I started following someone on Instagram, and she said no to that one and yes to this one. And I gotta tell you, it smells real nice, which leads me to believe how many chemicals are in there? I don't know. But my laundry is smelling nicer. And on top of that, I'm using the Molly's Suds stuff. And that one is scented, but I think it's like natural scents and stuff. But the thing is, when Alex throws a load in, he doesn't use that. And when I get out of the shower, I want my towel to like smell clean. And these just smell like nothing. But I'd rather them smell like nothing than mildew, right? Anyway, needless to say, we have a lot of laundry to sift through right there. I also have a lot more laundry to do and throw in. You know, it's never ending, but also the reason it's never ending is because I don't do it every day. The intention is there. Clearly, I'm at least washing a load a day. I'm just not folding it and or putting it away. And the other day, I asked Avelina, because things were getting busy, you know, all that stuff. And I said, Avelina, switch the stuff from the wash to the dryer. She did that great, but it was not turned on. So that was really fun. And I'm very interested to see if those clothes smell. But I think it'll be fine. Like, what am I supposed to do if this stuff is full of water? You know, no one taught me how to do laundry. Alright, that kind of worked. I never really read the directions on here. That would probably help. I thought about organizing in here. I even came in here one day and like started taking stuff out, and then I just stopped right in my tracks. I bought these Tide Pod things, even though I told you I wasn't going to. I did. They're just convenient. Hi. I'll do that another time. You know what? I can take this chair out. I feel like that'll really make the space feel brand new. Here it is all finished. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy about this. And if I had cilantro, I'd throw cilantro on top. I just threw some green onions on top. Also some salsa. You can serve it with that. I just like it as is. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the kitchen. I think the garage got cleaned out a little bit. Oh, a sink full of dishes. My dishwasher is almost full from last night, and then of course the mess I made this morning. Needless to say, there is a lot to clean up over here, so I need to tackle this. I'm expecting a couple parents to come in soon, and that's just too embarrassing. Let's do it. Honestly, who is looking at my kitchen when I'm baby wearing Wolfgang? All eyes on him, right? What's that Britney Spears song? All eyes on me. I sound just like her. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what song I'm talking about, okay? Actually, I don't. I'm gonna have to Google that. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. I literally sound just like her. Basically, Britney Spears is like you in my bedroom. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Are you okay? Anyway, I have a really big problem with my contact. Also, my Google, you know, all the tabs that are open right now. I'm trying to figure out what the heck is for dinner tonight. I've got coconut grilled chicken or grilled honey garlic chicken. So 2 ideas for you. It's a chicken marinade. If you have your life together, maybe just take some chicken out and start a marinade this morning. Also, my contact, I can't read anything. I have one of my eyes shut. I got a lot going on. Okay, I don't know what to do. I need to go get my eyes checked. Well, it's been on my to-do list for at least a year. I actually went to Costco earlier this year. Like in February, I thought, oh, well, no, was it this year? See, I don't even know. Was it the holidays? Whenever I went, I thought in my head, my prescription expired in February. Okay, so it must have been before then. But it expired last February. So I don't even know what year it is these days. So I need to get my eyes checked again, story of my life. And I really need just some new pairs of glasses. So I'm not wearing my contacts, which I'm allergic to my contacts, but I bear it and I wear them because for me, it's more comfortable than wearing contacts. But I don't know what the heck's going on right now. I must have like eyelashes in my eyes. You know how dogs, their eyelashes can like grow inside of their eyes rather than outward? I feel like that's me, right? It's so sharp it hurts. Anyway, what's new with you? What's happening with you? You got any ailments happening? What I finally got around to was filling up my brown sugar and sugar. Did I fill those 2 things up? I don't know. I can't see. I told you. I got my good eye is closed, okay? My left eye is basically blind, so I can't really see what's happening. Am I passing the baby off? Okay, and then my oil. I had to fill that thing up rather than having 2 things of oil next to my stove. I was like, this is just an eyesore. I really need to tidy up my kitchen. But more than tidy, it needed a good clean. Speaking of good clean, I went to... it was like eye counter level with my eyes the other day, bending down for whatever reason. And I could see between my stovetop and my counter. I when I tell you I didn't know how disgusting it was between that crack, just don't. If you have a space between, don't look at it. Ignorance is bliss, because now I'm going to have to go in with like a knife or a Q-tip or something, get all those crumbs out. It's probably a pound of food stuck between my stovetop and my countertop. So that's something to do in the future, just when I get around to it. I have a long list of things that I need to do, but on the day-to-day, honestly, I can tell you right now, I feel like I have more time to do stuff, even though the baby barely ever sleeps on his own. Contact naps are his thing, okay? Which is fine. He's a baby. It won't last forever. He won't, fit in my arms forever. But at night, after spending 3 hours with him, I'm able to set him down for what seems like a long time, but really it's like 30 minutes. But 30 minutes with two hands, you can get a lot done, okay? So I have been doing my best to have whatever kind of routine I'm able to conjure up in that moment, whether that's like cleaning the kitchen or getting a task done that has been on my mind to do. So next is the laundry room. I might get to that today. I don't know if I'm going to film it or whatever, but I definitely need to tackle my laundry space. And because like the cupboards in there, I'm wasting so much space with unnecessary things, so I just have to go through and declutter some things. And the kitchen, I actually went through, I think it was my last cleaning video or maybe a couple cleaning videos ago. It doesn't seem like that long, but time flies, I went through my cupboards and I decluttered a lot and like reorganized a little bit. And gosh, it feels so good to not have to like sift through the cupboards. If I'm looking for a measuring cup, I just open the cupboard and wouldn't you know it, it's right there. Unless, the kids usually empty the dishwasher. I mean, I say usually, but I'd say half and half. It's me and them. They help. But what was I saying? Oh, if they're putting stuff away, sometimes I have to ask them, hey, where did you put this? If I can't find it. Definitely found my basting brush, by the way. I don't know if it was this video or another video where I couldn't find it, but I ended up finding it in the outdoor grill area. So that was not on my kids, and I kept blaming them in my head. I was like, Avelina, is it in your t-shirt drawer? Because you guys know how things end up. The cheese grater ended up in her dresser. How? Don't ask me. Also, if you've been around for this long, you let me know. Wentworth's Halloween shirt. That's where it was. If you never knew the ending to that saga, that is where it was. Yep. Avelina's dresser, folded inside out, I'll have you know. So that was a fun time. Literally tore my entire house apart looking for the shirt that I thought I put in a safe place. Turns out I did put it in a safe place. And then my kids got a hold of it, opened the Ziploc bag, and flipped it inside out. And it ended up in Avelina's pants drawer. You can't keep track of everything. Try as I may, I just can't do it. All right, but I can keep track of one thing at a time, and right now it is my kitchen, and I am happy to get this area nice and tidy, even though it definitely needs this kind of cleaning at least twice a day. I can't be the only one, If you're eating and feeding people, you're going to have to wash a lot of stuff. Actually, okay, now I feel a little better because I forgot what I did in the kitchen this day. I prepped a lot of breakfast, and then I probably had to clean up from whatever other mess that was there. But it was a lot to clean, so I'm glad I tackled it. My eye still hurts, if you're wondering. I have to figure this out. But that'll happen, maybe. I don't know. What the heck is in my eye? Oh, it's burning. Hey, are any of you watching The Bachelor? I'm sorry. I do. It's the worst. It's probably one of my worst habits, but you know what? Everyone has their thing, just let me have it is what I say. Just leave me alone and let me watch my garbage Bachelor. I love it for whatever reason. I hope whoever ends up together at this season, I hope they stay together. I know there's like a 0% chance of that happening, but you know what? If we don't have hope, what do we have? I'm going to say nothing. Okay? Nothing. Life is nothing without hope. I'm thirsty. How long did it take me to clean my dang kitchen today? My God, did I not fasten this up? Hey, what are you doing today? What's on your to-do list? Did you know it's spring break for us? Happy spring break, and it happens every year, is that Florida weather. You know what happens every spring break in Florida is that the weather gets chilly. Our spring break anyway. I know in different parts of Florida they have spring break at different times. This happens to be ours. And I'm not complaining. I love the chilly weather, but it's definitely not beach weather, which we try to avoid the beach during spring break anyway because it's chaos. But I can't wait for summer. Let me know if you have summer plans or spring break plans or anything like that. But I'm finally done with the kitchen. It's looking fresh. It's looking good. And I feel better about myself and having people at my house walk in and not see a mess. All right, well, this might be a little weird, but I've been thinking I need to give myself a little trim. I've cut my hair a few times. I told you, I'm just going through some stuff, you know? I think it was a year ago when I gave myself like a full-on haircut. And even then, like, I think a week after that, I trimmed off like 4 inches. And then it just like postpartum time, I've trimmed off even more hair. And now I feel like just a few more inches, I need to do it. When you have this much hair, a couple inches is nothing, right? Okay, I really cut some. A little snippet snip, a little choppity chop, a little clippity clip. All right, that's enough. I should probably at least brush my hair, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Last time I did it, I just sectioned it off like so. I think I just did it all together. That's probably what I did. Let me see here. Now I'm second guessing. I'm like, it's not that long. It just goes down to my waist. But like, I never wear it down. It seems so long when it's back here. All right, couple inches. Let's just do it and not even think about it. I'm just gonna hold it out here. I'm doing it all. Don't follow, this is not a tutorial. Don't do this at home. And then I'm just gonna, all that. I don't even miss it. More. All right, I'm gonna point cut it so it's not so blunt. But I'm losing a lot of hair here. Anyone remember how much I cut off? Because I'm gonna have to do the same thing to the other side. Does anyone else ever just get in the mood to like chop all your hair off? Just me? Now I'm not interested in like a shortcut because I've been there, done that, okay? I've done it way too many times. I always regret it. So just a trim. All right, I really think I even things out a little bit. No big deal. I'm feeling like a whole new woman. And back in a braid. If I cut a couple inches every few weeks, eventually it'll get to my chin and it won't be as dramatic. The hair. I actually saw a video where you do like a high ponytail. Well, you do a braid, I don't know. It's a whole video, it's like a tutorial on how to get fake bangs for a day. Anybody? I had bangs once. Or twice. Most of my life I feel like I've had bangs. They looked way cuter than this. Here we go. Ariana Grande, is that you? Is that Vogue on the phone? Vogue? Hello. That's really cute. Don't let me fool you. I know I did about 7 million loads of laundry during this moment. And you know what? Guess how long it took me, okay? And then maybe I'll remember to tell you by the end of this voiceover. But don't let me fool you. This is not me having my life together, okay? This is me losing my mind. I realized, oh crap, I gotta get all the baskets. And I finally did that. It really wasn't that bad. Just had to go in all the rooms and gather them. No big deal. But it's been a couple of days since this, and I have kept up on laundry. So like I think maybe 3 loads is what I've done. And every time I get them out of the dryer, I put them into the subsequent bins or fold the towels and put the towels away. I feel like I'm on top of laundry today. I say that because it's not going to last very long, okay? Also, I'm not the only one who does laundry, so I'm not the only one who takes it out. You know what I mean? So we'll get there. Eventually, I won't have all of this laundry to fold, and I will, to my surprise, miss it profoundly. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Anyone remember that quote from a while ago when I showed you? Anyway, I also don't have my life together. A couple more reasons for that. I took my contact out, the one that was bothering my eye, but I left the other one in, threw my glasses on, thought that would be a good idea. It's not. Everything is still real blurry. I don't know. Am I going blind over here? Am I going blind? I need help. Also, my room smells like diapers. Need to take the diaper pail out, so that's real fun. But
At least I can relish in the fact that I'm not drowning in the mountain of laundry. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low. No. Come on. I'm hungry. What's for lunch? What's for dinner? You know, I just want to eat cookies. I might make a double batch of my cookies or a quadruple batch and then freeze some. That seems like a really good idea. Do you ever just want to eat all of the sugar all of the time? I feel like I was reading that when you're tired, right? I think it was either when you're tired or something to do with okay, I'll tell you. It took me 15 minutes. That's what I was just doing. 15 minutes. And then I decided to do the floors and stuff. But anyway, I was reading that when you're tired, you tend to want to eat more often. And listen, I've been tired for 12 years. So what does that say? I just want to eat all the time. Oh, you know. All right, anyway, I'm doing my floors, which this needed to be done so badly. And still, I should probably go in there with a broom or something. I didn't even wipe the countertops down, but the floors definitely needed attention. So that's where my attention was brought to. The sink needs a good wipe down. So just in general, the whole place needs a wipe down. Maybe that's something that I'll do today. But it feels good. The progress that I made was good. Even if it was not 100% everything that needed to be done, I got some things done, and something is better than nothing. And that's what I have to tell myself. It is good enough for today. And I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, well, that was fun. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you want to, subscribe, put a little happy in my day. My day and yours. Hopefully yours more than mine. But you guys make me happy. I know you could be hanging out with a whole lot of other people right now, but you chose me. And that makes me happy because we're best friends. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.